welcome to episode 2 of Game Buzz, where we sit down and chat about all the hot news that's been happening over the last 7 days, which is going to be difficult this week because, as I'm joined here once again by John Lester.
Hello.
And Carl Phillips.
Hello.
It's become sort of apparent that there hasn't been a huge amount of hot news this week.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting towards the stage when all the games are coming out and we're going to be very busy reviewing them, but it's not a great time to be releasing gaming news. Most companies just want people to be excited about the games coming out in the next couple of months. So they're not super excited about revealing new stuff, revealing new details for games down the line. That said, I mean, there have been a couple of pieces of news out this week.
Well, let's kick off with a BioWare story that's literally just come in.
Mass Effect fan negativity was too much for Ray and Greg.
Seriously? That's why they left?
No, well, ex-BioWare co-founder Trent Oster believes negative fan reaction to Mass Effect 3 and Star Wars The Old Republic could have attributed to Ray and Greg's decision to leave BioWare.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Oster's going, yeah, the last time I met up with him, it was because of me that he quit. I told him to quit and he did.
Punch out, eject, get the hell out.
Get the hell out, man, I said to him, and he was like, oh, you're such a great guy, Trent. I'm definitely going to buy the Baldur's Gate revamped edition when it comes out. Oh, yeah, that's what he said. He said that. He can't prove that he didn't.
Yeah, and then we shared beers. And that's what led to his decision to do beers as a...
and plus, I came up with Mass Effect anyway, and I was like, dude, totally have that idea. I'm going to start my own company and call it Beamdog.
It's interesting about him suggesting that Ray was looking to climb up EA's ladder.
He thought was... That's what he thought.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We will never know. And there he tells us.
It's a killer quote, though. To be like, surely it's more Casey Hudson that would be feeling the pressure. And he was just there, like, swimming in an enormous pool of money going, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know. I think not perhaps the sort of focus negativity, but the whole old BioWare is dead. Because that's the thing, like, whenever a top 10 comes out of studios we miss, in the comment section, someone always says BioWare.
And now it's going to be on the list.
Definitely, yeah. It's not going to be a case of comments. It could be
developers we miss.
Oh, was Rare's always been on there for God knows how many years now.
Yeah, Rare's always on there because, well, new Rare sucks balls. But sorry to any new Rare listeners. But the yeah, this is. I can believe it. I can believe it. It's a harsh climate, and that is just the biggest backlash that any game's got in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big backlash, but on the other hand, like, getting the fat review scores, the fat Metacritic come in, like, I don't think, I don't know, it could have been a factor to them finally deciding to, it could have been what perhaps tipped them over from let's stay another year to let's go right now.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know how, I can't believe the two of them would be so thin-skinned, especially after being in a creative industry for so long and after Dragon Age 2. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. It would have been, if they'd said, we quit because we just couldn't handle that ending that we weren't hugely responsible for.
Well, they would never have said that, would they?
No. It's true.
They never would have. They never would have admitted that. Like, if they turned around and said, "Well, the fans just
fans just made us leave.
You've ruined our dream," and
I almost wish that would have shut up some griefers, wouldn't it? This is on you. All of you.
You asked for this, and then they leave.
We didn't ask for this.
We didn't.
You know what? That game had a shit ending as well. They didn't.
Yeah.
Which game?
Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Every time we mention Deus Ex, you're like, who? Him? Yeah, it's really every
that
single time.
Massive, awesome game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Deus Ex Human Revolution's ending was balls.
It was terrible. Terrible, and they didn't quit.
Yeah, but I hadn't invested sort of 90 hours into Deus Ex Human Revolution.
I had. After completing it twice.
Oh god, yeah, you did, because you did it PC and console, didn't you?
I hate
Um,
that game. I can never play it again, and but it's annoying because I really rate it.
See, that's the thing. I enjoy it, but I don't think I'd play through it again.
And
Even just to
the thing is,
explore different aspects.
you can play through it. It encourages you to play through it so many times in so many
It does,
brilliant
but
ways, and yet I hate it so much.
no,
And
I
it's
don't think.
so
Because
good.
you have to get
It's so
past the boss
good.
battles again.
It's so.
See, I think that's the main reason I don't think I could.
I never had a huge problem with the boss battles, to be
Oh, I
honest.
just bugged them out. It was like, oh yeah,
Yeah, I bugged them out.
yeah. I just can't see myself playing through it again. But hey,
No. Moving on, other tech. Because we just found out today, today being Friday, the Oculus Rift dev kits have entered full production and will be going out sort of later this year in December. Or no, sorry, January.
January
Originally it was
2013.
December. I got told at Gamescom it would be December, but it's been pushed back slightly. Understandable because, well, it's
everybody
brand
wants
new tech and
basically.
everyone wants one. But yeah, the dev kit, STK, and shipping, $345 overseas.
Yeah, not bad. Comes out to
That's
just under 215 quid.
that's not bad. That's really
It's
not
not-
bad.
That's not bad. I mean, that includes the SDK
Yeah.
and all the stuff you need to make games on it. Well, not like engines and stuff. Everything you need to understand it and start making games for it.
Yeah.
I'll start converting or adapting your games to you, or patching your games to use it. So that's quite exciting. It's not the sort of thing I think that consumers should invest in yet, because
Okay.
there'll be a retail version as well that will probably, I would think, have a few perhaps minor improvements over the dev kit version.
Yeah, it'll probably be a little bit more expensive, obviously, as well.
Maybe.
It might be probably around about the same price or
I
thereabouts.
think it'd be much the same price, because otherwise people just buy the dev kit.
But I mean, the one because I missed the initial conversation you guys had about the Oculus Rift at the end of Gamescom when we did the final Bonecast. The one that I'm very, very excited about this. Every time we've mentioned the Oculus Rift, I've just got I want one. And I just about missed out on being able to have enough cash to get the dev kit from the Kickstarter. But I'm actually looking forward to what comes next. Because the one thing we've seen is that it can put you in this world and it's going to look fantastic, but you can't. I'm looking forward to seeing some sort of Oculus Rift that has a camera on the front as well, so you can do proper augmented reality stuff.
So you mean pretty much like the sort of recent Sony prototype they brought to TGS?
Yes, basically.
Because they adapted one of their HMZ personal 3D viewers to actually have a camera on the front, didn't they?
Yeah. It's just that sort of thing that I'm looking forward to seeing, because I think that's the big next step as far as glasses go. So yeah, I mean, I'm still looking forward to see what the Oculus Rift's like, because Matt, you're the only one out of the three of us that's actually gotten their hands on it, and oh my god,
I have dreamed
was so
about it a couple of
jealous,
times.
so jealous of you of that. I was just
The interesting thing with the camera, it would, dear God, all of those systems would have to be one-to-one so badly, because
yeah.
Especially if you're moving around, which would be difficult, admittedly, if you're connected up to a console or a PC as well.
Yes.
But that would be, because the whole, the zombie game that used Google Maps to sort of put zombies in your neighborhood. Imagine stepping out your front door wearing a Rift with a camera on, and suddenly a zombie pops out of your neighbor's back garden. Fuck. Admittedly, though, if you weren't wearing a Rift and you're looking across the fence at someone doing this, you'd be just like, what are you doing?
I think there'd be a lot of people like, I think that'd be a horrible idea, like for so many reasons. Like, it would work quite well if there wasn't such a thing as roads and barbed wire and steps and like I don't know, I can't.
Corners.
Yeah, and generally the outside is dangerous. I try to go out there as little as possible. There are all sorts of hazards out there. I really wouldn't recommend it. And the fact is, you want to be on your guard. You don't want to be keeping when you're out there. I mean, everything's trying to kill you out there. Even that enormous ball of plasma up there in the sky is trying to give you melanoma. So when the last thing you want is like zombies and stuff jumping out at you, like unreal ones, and you'll be leaping in the road and bad times. So looking forward to the Google glasses.
That's the moral of that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, but long story short, Oculus Rift looking good, and that price is very, very good
It's
for
very, very promising.
the prototype.
Because it'll be interesting to see what the final retail version can and can't do, and how compatible it is with anything really. Because like Palmer was saying that there's no reason it can't work with the console. I mean, they're working with PCs at the moment because it's a work in progress, but there's no reason it couldn't be adapted for multiple platform use.
I mean,
frankly,
the other thing is glasses wearers as well, whether they will make it so that...
Yeah, I don't think the dev kits have like sort of the ocular focusing in, but I was assured that the retail ones will, because half the dev team have specs.
Yeah.
John Carmack has specs. It's they were a little bit adjustable at Gamescom, and they were made out of cardboard cereal packets and duct tape. So, or at least they look like they were. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what sort of form the final model takes and what sort of features we can expect to see in there. Because it's still very early days.
It is, but I just can't wait. I think it's going to revolutionise the way we play Farming Simulator. Frankly, I think. Look, I mean, we already know that Farming Simulator 2013 is probably going to be Game of the Year material. Seriously, this thing provides literally dozens of tractors from all the major manufacturers. I'm talking about Deutz-Fahr, I'm talking about Grimmer, I'm talking about Case IH boy, and like there are like freaking harvesters in there. There are like crops, like all kinds, all manner of crops, son. And then when you're using an Oculus Rift, you're there, you're in the tractor.
Stop trolling us.
Never.
Although speaking of recent announcements and new games and that sort of stuff, Starbreeze are back.
Yes, they are.
With Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons.
Yes.
Which
looks very Fable-esque in its graphics. I thought a cleaner Fable, perhaps, if that makes any sense.
Well, I mean, we don't have a huge amount to go on besides landscapes at the moment. We can see a little bit. If you squint and zoom in, you can see the.
Well, we've seen a couple of brothers. We've
couple
seen a troll-like creature ogre-like creature that will obviously come into play and will help them out. Kind of like a bit, sort of like Imagine in the Forbidden Kingdom sort of style, I would have thought. But it's, not much to go on other than they're two brothers who are looking for a cure for their ailing father, and that was about it.
Yeah, and Starbreeze is going, look, we can do, look, we don't just make Syndicate reboots. Look what we do.
Interesting change of direction.
Forget that we did that Syndicate reboot. We didn't. That what Syndicate reboot? Look, this is the sort of game we make. We make colourful games. We make art games. We don't make first-person shooters. Ridiculous.
Well, they've got that Swedish director involved, haven't they? Who's apparently putting a different spin on things. So, yeah, early days. It was just like an announcement to say, "Hey, it's here," and that was it, pretty much.
I'm really glad. I'm really, really glad. One, that they've sort of crept out from underneath EA's thumb, because it's going to be published in conjunction with 505 over the marketplaces, which is good because one, the marketplaces give you a lot more leeway in terms of what you can and can't do and what you are encouraged to do rather than not to do. And I doubt whether 505 will restrict them a huge amount. And Starbreeze have quality. I mean, we've seen that. Like, the Darkness was fantastic.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? Syndicate was solid.
Oh yeah, very
it
much.
It was solid.
Yeah. But it's nice now they're free to do something that they want to do and something that they've created from the beginning. And something that, rather than having to take someone else's franchise and say, wait, we've got to change up this genre. How the hell are we going to do this?
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Very interesting indeed. Actually, speaking of marketplaces, something else that's that's happened this week. It's rebate time, motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, we've been getting those achievements for years and years and years, and now they are still practically as useless as they were before. but we can get seriously though, we can get a special gift on our birthday if we get over 3,000 gamer score.
No, that's a lie.
And this
That's
gift,
too much.
the gift, I kid you not, has cash value of 15 pence. So, I'm expecting big things from this.
This goes to show just like how worth they think that your game.
No, but
time,
there's something
15
else.
points.
There's something else. Once you start pushing the points thresholds a little bit, you can start getting rebates. So when you get I forget the second tier. Yeah, it's 10,000. You get a 1% rebate on all purchases, all Microsoft points purchases, and then tier 2, which is 25k, you get a 2% rebate, which isn't very much. What it essentially equates to is if you buy an 800-point game, you'll get 8 Microsoft points at the end of the month, or 16 if you've got over 25,000 gamer points. Which
taking the piss?
What it means is for every 5 800 points Xbox Live Arcade games I buy, I can buy an indie game for free. It's essentially what that means. So it's not the worst thing ever.
No, but it's not going to encourage me to get.
And they'll add up over 12 months. But yeah, it's not. It's just a little thing, and I can't help but feel they should have put some crazy, insane reward tiers up there as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like
100, a million.
100k should have gotten a nice little bonus.
Like a million, you get Halo 4.
Yeah, the first one to get there.
Only a few people have actually got that. Like there are still so few people with a mil.
Absolutely. It's not going to encourage me to go out there and get gamer scores and just like completely max out all of my gamer points just so I could go for it.
But it's nice to have though. It's a fun little feature.
Oh yeah.
It's absolutely worth that.
There.
Because thing is though, it might not be enough to buy you anything discreet, but we've all been there when you're in the situation where you want to buy a game and you've got like 10 or 20 points too few to afford something.
Yeah.
We've all been in that position. Now, maybe we'll just have enough rebate points to actually say, oh, thank God, I just sneaked up over the 800 or the 1,200.
That, or instead of being 10 points short, you'll be 2.
Yes.
And that'll be even more annoying.
And it's fine, because you can then buy another 800. Oh, yeah.
You buy a 400 game and get 4, and then... No.
Yeah. I have thought actually there is there was some news. Some news did happen this week. Actually, a couple of fairly big things happened this week. The first of all is that Mass Effect will be coming to PS3.
Yes, actually,
the original Mass Effect. The original Mass Effect is going to PS3.
It is indeed.
At some point, and I'm not sure if they've actually dated the Trilogy edition for Europe yet.
No.
But it's coming to PSN. The original Mass Effect, which is very exciting, and would only be slightly more exciting if we didn't already know that what comes out on the US PlayStation Store has no bearing to what comes out in Europe.
No.
Because we're still waiting for a bit of Counter-Strike Go might be nice.
Yes. Still waiting.
Bit of global ops.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, they haven't even confirmed whether we're getting DLC with the Mass Effect Trilogy pack as well. They've only said that it's going to be Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. And that's it. No DLC talk at all.
You know what? You've already got about... I assume it will come with 2 Cerberus passes. I would hope it does.
Oh, I'd certainly hope so. But it just seems if people are going to be buying the entire pack, they should get a complete experience up to what's being released, of course. But they should get as complete a package as they could possibly give.
Depends on the price, though. I'd rather pay... I don't mind... If it came out and it gives you an opportunity to instantly, in one pack, take your Shepard through all of Mass Effect from the very first game to the very terrible ending. And I think, it would be nice to have some DLC with that, but that's still about 90 plus hours of gameplay there.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to. And the fact is, I hope PS3 owners that you have been waiting for this, or at least that you played through Mass Effect 1 before trying Mass Effect 2.
Yeah.
Because now you can experience the whole narrative, and you won't have cheated yourself out of it by playing through that poxy comic.
What I want to know though is like this is coming out 7th of November in the US, N7 day.
Yeah.
That's ahead of the Wii U launch. Is it coming out on Wii U? Is it?
There's been no announcement though, has there?
Because the thing is, yeah, like if any audience really needs that trilogy, it's gonna be the Wii U audience, surely.
Yes.
Like,
Interesting point.
they could really do with that. The Mass Effect 3's been confirmed for the launch window because we've got because we had the full list of launch window titles come through this week. Yes, wonderful 101 is in it.
Mm-hmm.
But surely, like you'd think that the Mass Effect trilogy be in there as well, because there's as we've said countless number of times, why would you play Mass Effect 3 without playing the first two? And it seems like a no-brainer. You got a new system. Now comes the opportunity where you can play one of the best trilogies there's been for video games. It needs to be on that system.
Yeah. On the other hand, they're already bringing out Mass Effect 3, and had to dedicate an entire development team to try and make Mass Effect 3 compatible with the Wii U. I think the trilogy, that's going to take a lot of research. We're not going to be seeing that at launch. We're going to be seeing that if at all, it's going to be.
I don't even think it needs to be gamepad compatible.
No,
well,
Wii U compatible.
It needs to be Wii U compatible.
It's taken a whole dev team just to get one game on the Wii U. A whole full-strength dev team. I think trying to get a trilogy out could happen down the line. But also, I think maybe sorting out the licenses to just get it on the PS3, the first game on the PS3 might have been tough enough.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, that was one thing that happened, and that's quite interesting. But also, Black Ops 2 Zombies, finally got announced properly and revealed properly, and it looks really good.
Most of Black Ops 2 looks really, really good. Like,
yeah,
I
mean,
really overhauling absolutely everything.
Well, the thing is, that's the thing about Treyarch, though. They're always willing to try and push the envelope a little bit. Like, sometimes it goes okay, like in World at War, completely different setting, completely, a completely different experience to Call of Duty. Then Black Ops, that was completely different again, shook everything up.
Mm-hmm.
So, think what you want about the core Modern Warfare franchise and Infinity Ward, but Treyarch might absolutely bring it with this one. And you're right, every time I see it and every new feature I see, I think that looks really good.
I mean, Zombies never really truly interested me. I mean, I'd play it and it would be a bit of fun, but I'd never really get into it. But the new mode where it's this open world, riding around in this huge school bus and just going from place to place and survive, I think that really interests me. That really, really interests me. And it looks awesome as well. More to the point.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that it's you can play it by yourself, and you've got a full campaign essentially that you can play by yourself, where you can choose your destination. You can treat it as an accompaniment to the single player campaign if you want. But then you can get your friends involved, and if you're feeling particularly competitive, you can get involved with a grief mode, which looks really super fun and annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Because rather than playing, because I expected them to say you're going to have a team of 4 players, team of 4 zombies. As per usual, like 4 fairly powerful human players versus a horde of zombies, 4 of whom may be controlled by players.
Yeah.
What they're instead doing is 2 teams of humans, huge horde of zombies. The humans have to kill each other but can't shoot each other. So they've got to sort of lure the zombies over to the enemy team. It's going to be just the most hilariously frantic gameplay out there, I think. As the teams are just running around going, no, don't buy me, buy that guy. Look, like running past each other. It's gonna be outrageous. And very appropriately named.
Yeah.
Yeah, grief mode. That's fairly portentous, I think. But I think that looks really good, and you're right in saying that it's just one of a number of really exciting looking features. It comes, with the sort of Strike Force missions, with the Pick 10 system. This could all backfire horribly, but you know what? I hope it doesn't.
I completely forgotten about the Strike Force missions, actually.
Strike Force.
Absolutely. There's just so much within that game. And I've said it before, it's the first Call of Duty I've actually been quite excited about in a fair few years.
Yeah, the last one I was super excited about actually was Modern Warfare 2. Because, Modern Warfare 1. It
was very good.
That was a damn fine game. Looking forward to the second one. But yeah, it's looking really nice and kind of completely different as well. So in almost every way, everything about it.
Of course, that's gonna worry a few people before launch. But I think if they pull it off, it's gonna be fantastic for the series.
Yeah,
fantastic for Treyarch as a studio as well. Like maybe they'll go from being second string to being, right. If we ever want to shake things up, like Activision will really start.
Yeah, I said this in a previous cast. If they pull this off, they could actually become Call of Duty's A team.
Da, 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 da. Sorry.
Yeah, but I think they generally could. If it lives up to its potential, I think they're going to be a much sterner and more desirable proposition than the Ghost of Infinity Ward.
Well, they do seem to be incredibly incredibly able to take risks and pull them off, as we saw in Black Ops 1 to a certain extent. It was that had a very, very different feel to World of War and indeed the Modern Warfare series, and just really liked it. It was really
it was really good. It had an excellent campaign as well, which was important for me. That's always the thing I play first in a Modern Warfare. Or a Call of Duty.
You want to learn the systems, you want to learn the rules of this new shooter that's out, and what better way to do that than in...
and what's more, I want to fly a freaking helicopter as well.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
This time I get to... Yeah, but...
Or giant mechs in this case. I mean, that's going to be awesome. Surely we've got to ride a mech at some point.
Well, in Halo we'll be able to ride a... Halo 4 will be able to ride a mech.
Ah, good segue.
I thought so.
Very good.
The Mantis mech. There we go. We're on because this week loads of Halo 4 screenshots and announcements came out.
Yeah, the flood are back.
Woo! In multiplayer at least.
Yes.
In multiplayer only for the time being.
For the time being, I hope this is a surprise that has. I hope this isn't another botched surprise. Please tell me they're just in multiplayer.
Well, I think at first glance, it almost looks like a botched surprise in and of itself, because it's sort of like the flood are back. It's just Infection.
Yeah, but we like Infection. Infection's a cool mode.
It is quite cool.
It's no SWAT, but it's a good mode.
To be fair though, I actually only ever played 2 matches of Infection and then just sort of got bored and wandered off.
Yeah, I've got to get back and wander off straight back into SWAT and Pinnacle.
Super SWAT. Yeah. Do they Oh, it looks nice. It plays. The thing is, I think the best thing that can be said about Halo 4, as I got hands on with it sort of earlier this week, is it's Halo.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. I mean, that's
it feels
what's
like
been it's been the big worry, moving from Bungie to 343, and especially with the whole change with the new enemy. What are they called again? I can't remember.
Prometheans.
That's the one.
But no, the multiplayer feels fantastic. They've incorporated all Reach's special abilities. There are new tactical elements in there as well. That can be used to sort of augment your fire rate or your ammo capacity or your shield capacity or recharge rate or things like that. The thing is though, I don't know how many of those are going to be unlocked at the start. And the thing is, if they're not all unlocked at the start, that's going to make balancing. It's basically going to screw up balancing. Unless instead of being unlocked by player progression, they're only unlocked in certain game modes.
Yeah, I mean, in Reach, it was just purely cosmetic stuff that was unlocked, wasn't it? As you
Yeah,
progress to rank.
it was all helmet. It was basically bragging rights, visual bragging rights. So like
Yes.
you're gonna get the lieutenant commander helmet if you'd reach lieutenant commander.
Well, you see, this time there are the specializations, of course,
Exactly.
which you can only unlock once you hit level 50, and several of them are pre-order bonuses. Such as, I believe, the engineer, the tracker, the stalker, operator, Pathfinder and rogue, I think.
Yeah, because those all have those sort of tactical abilities that are gonna be really fucking useful.
Yeah, like just like little things, but sort of being able to move much quieter. Or there's one of them genuinely that gives you more XP, which actually is fairly pointless because you have to be level 50 when you unlock it. But there's one that gives you more XP, extra stability, and improved turret cooldown and turret carry speed and stuff. So yeah, I mean, potentially there are balance issues there, but I think the weapons are all powerful, and it'll come down to learning the maps and having decent reflexes anyway.
Oh, the DMR.
Isn't a great gun.
Is it good?
It is. They've nerfed the ammo. The ammo capacity of it is way down, but just instant death with a headshot.
Yeah, that's probably for the best actually. That thing was crazy powerful. So I think it's fair enough that it has you'll have to rely on other stuff from time to time.
Yeah, because I mean, like the battle rifle comes back. The new
Actually,
Promethean weapons.
that was crazy powerful as well.
The new the new Forerunner weapons are very interesting. Like the suppressor, which is the Promethean assault rifle. Really, really fast fire rate. Not very accurate, as you might expect. But yeah, when it comes to taking down Prometheans, it's line up the headshots and get that DMR out, because nothing else really does the job quite as well, and they are fucking tricky to hit.
Well, they're all like warping around and stuff, or like scurrying over walls.
Like,
dancing away. Yeah.
like the knights on the ground are shielded by aerial things that like.
Yeah, what they call repair surveyors.
Yeah,
or something.
the repair surveyors, something like that.
Oh no, wait, that's that other game.
Came out,
That other game.
It was So yeah, Halo 4 feels like Halo. Incredibly satisfying, and the sound design was particularly satisfying. Like every bullet, every shot fired just sounded meaty. If you see what I mean, like it sounded emphatic. Like I like that. Like the assault rifle actually feels a little bit badass again, which is good.
Because in the first game it felt just so great. That assault rifle just felt. Oh, there was just sparks everywhere. It felt unbelievably powerful. It just ruined everything. It was awesome. I ruined everything in a good way.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see that develop come November. Anyway, I think that's all for the news this week. We'll catch you next time, guys. Have a good one.